Yes guys, and welcome back guys to a brand new video guys on my channel guys, where I'm going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played, FC Porto guys, away from home at the Estadio de Dragon, where we saw Manchester United draw this game 3-3 and an absolute thriller as well, where Maguire scored a last minute header as well to rescue Man United as well in the last kick of the game as well, on a corner. Thank God we got a draw out of this. It was looking like we were going to lose the game and lose all 3 points, but luckily we rescued a point. Anyway guys, let's get straight into the video now. So we made 3 changes from last game against FC 20. Talking about the start 11, so we started with Onana, Maguire, De Ligt, Martinez, Dalot, Casemiro, Eriksen, Diallo, Fernandes, Rashford and Højlund. Getting into the other reaction now. Maguire last minute header rescues Man United in Porto thriller. Should have won the game. Played some of our best and worst stuff. Maguire to the rescue. We made it hard work of it. Disappointing not to get all 3 points. Threw away another 2-0 lead. Played well for the first 20 minutes. Lucky to get a point at the end. Game management was all over the place. Had to dig deep and fought to the end. Defensively not concentrated and focusing. It was a good start for Porto. Porto on the front foot, energetic. Porto putting the pressure on. Porto have a chance, corner. Porto have a bit of early possession. United just need to settle down. United having possession, great build-up play. Rashford scores for 1-0. Big ball by Casemiro tries to find Rashford. Got to be aware of a reaction response from Porto. Porto on the front foot, Mario had a chance. Great ball by Rashford, chance just wide, deflected, corner. Porto trying to search for an equaliser. Great build-up, playing Højlund scores for 2-0. United in control. United winning the midfield battle and second ball. Porto having a bit of possession. Porto got a lot of space out wide. Porto playing with 5. Pepe scored 2-1. Game back on. Porto are working hard. Porto having more chances. United struggling to cope with the crosses coming into the box. Porto score for 2-2. Game management all over the place for United. Players not concentrated and focusing. United nearly came close. It's an open game, end to end, competitive as well. Good balling. Casemiro had a chance. Dalot had a chance from distance wide. Rashford finds a lot of space. Porto all backed off. Should have scored. I thought the first half was okay. United got to regroup and go again. We've got to do better. United have got to create more, take our chances. Got to expect a reaction and response from Porto. Got to pick up the intensity and tempo, bring more energy and intent. Ten Hag makes a substitution. United on the front foot. Great ball by Porto through on goal. United 2 open and great save by Onana. Porto getting behind. Porto score for 3-2. United got to show the character now. Good play by United, not the right pass by Eriksen. United want to get on with it. Garnacho had a chance. United had a chance. Garnacho hit the side netting. Porto make a substitution. Samu had a chance. United defensively have been all over the place. United got to concentrate. Ten Hag makes another 2 more substitutions. Fernandes sliced a chance wide. United still searching for an equaliser. United trying to make the most of it. Porto make 3 substitutions. Ten Hag makes 2 more substitutions. Fernandes sent off, going bad to worse. United caught out again. Porto could have finished it off. United having possession. Garnacho had a chance saved by Costa. United need to go for it now. United pushing and putting the pressure on. Maguire scores for 3-3. Porto make a substitution. Some good individual performances. We had to settle for a hard-earned point. Let's take the positives. Got to win the next one. Got to do better. Onwards and upwards. It is what it is. We move on. First half was okay. Second half was alright. Overall chaotic performance. Anyway guys, let's get straight into today's video now. What did I make of the performance? I think it's like what I just said then, to be honest with you. I thought it was a chaotic performance from start to finish. I think it was a chaotic performance for 90 minutes, to be honest with you. It was never a consistent performance. We were up twice. You thinking, go kill the game off, go and win the game at 3-0, but then they come back and get it back to 2-2. We're down 3-2, and then we're having to test the character and the fight, team spirit to draw the game 3-3. It was never a consistent performance from Manchester United. We made hard work of it once again, as we always do. This was a big week for Erik ten Hag. Obviously, there was a massive week for Manchester United. Erik ten Hag was under massive pressure here. Going into this game against Porto was going to be a must-win. Should have won the game firstly. Had to get the 3 points as well. Should have won this game, especially when you're 2-0 up in 20 minutes, especially as well. There was some stuff where we played some promising and convincing stuff, and then also played some of our best and worst stuff as well in that game as well. Best stuff you could see in the first 20 minutes. The worst stuff was after when we couldn't deal with the crosses coming in and where we were just not concentrating and focusing. Pretty much when we conceded the first goal, 27th minute onwards, until they got it back to 3-2. That was sort of our worst stuff, to be honest. Disappointed not to take all 3 points. It's a a tough place to go to Porto and to get away. I think it would have been a massive win if we would have gone away from home. To go to Porto and to get a win would have been huge, it would have been massive. But I think even to get a point as well, I think it's a big point as well. You could see the way how deflated Porto felt after that, because they thought they were going to go and win that game 3-2 up. They thought they were going to win that game 3-2. So I think it was a big kick in the teeth for them, because I think they know probably 2 points dropped as well. I thought we played well for the first 20 minutes. We did. I think we were lucky at the end to get a point, but we had to really work hard for that. We had to really graft hard for that. We had to really fight for it in the second half, and it had to test us due to the fact that we went down to 10 men as well. So it wasn't easy as well, because we had to really dig deep, and we had to fought to the end, and it was just all about don't concede and score the next goal. And that's what it was all about. We were 2-0 up, and you're thinking, right, let's go and kill this game off now with a third. But then the next goal was going to be crucial, and then they scored. Porto got one back, and then they scored again. So it was game on. And, we were not concentrating. We were defensively not concentrating and focusing. So on United's behalf, it was not good enough. We should have been better ourselves, and we should have been more solid and secure. Far too many gaps as well, leaving a lot of space open for Porto as well. So obviously not good enough on our behalf, and we should have been better ourselves. But plenty to work on, and we can't let this happen again. And with some big games coming up in the Europa League that we've got to win now, especially as well. So it turned into a bit of a mess, but at the end of the day, it was one of those games where we had to settle for a draw. But it was a good draw, good point. But I think game management was all over the place, defending all over the place. Both goalkeepers should have been doing better as well. So not good enough on United's behalf. We should have been better to go and kill that game off at 2-0, and then we should have killed that off with another goal and shut up shop then. And it was all about game management, but we couldn't even get that right as well. So when you analyse that game back, I think the players will be kicking the teeth due to the poor goals that we gave away. And you can't be conceding silly goals like that as well, especially against a very good side in Porto. And they punished us, and well done to Porto. They capitalised on our mistakes, and we were poor out possession, and we've got to be better in the next one as well. But getting into the game now, I thought it was a good start for Porto. Porto had a good start on the front foot, energetic, putting the pressure on. There was a good ball to Samu as well. They had a chance corner. Porto were having a bit of possession as well early on in the first half, but United just had to settle down, ease into the game, and then it was all about right. Let's try and go and have some possession now, especially as well. And I thought United did well in terms of controlling that. Once when we got possession, it was all about we want to try dominate possession and control this game as well. And but I think our good spells where we played well in some of our good stuff as well, and where we looked promising and convincing as well. We played some good stuff, and some great build-up play, and Rashford scores for 1-0. Good ball by Casemiro, tries to find Rashford. Got to be aware of a reaction response from Porto. And, Porto on the front foot, Maguire had a chance. Great ball by Rashford, chance wide, deflected for a corner. Porto trying to search for an equaliser. And I thought it was a great build-up play, and Højlund scores for 2-0. Then you're thinking, right, we're in control here. We're dominating this game. We're playing well away from home. I think it would have been a shock to the system of how well we were playing. I think it might have been a shock to the fans as well of how we were going to play as well, because obviously this was a must win, and I think it was and the way we were playing was fantastic for the first 20 minutes as well. So you're thinking, well done boys, you're doing well here for the first 20 minutes. Let's try and maintain this now for the rest of the game. And but we couldn't, and same old United, we made hard work of it. Of course, we have to let teams back in it as well. We threw the 2-goal lead away yet again, and But I thought we were in control. I thought we in that game when we had possession and did well to score the 2 goals. But then we were winning our midfield battle, winning the second balls, winning our duels. Porto having a bit of possession. Porto got a lot of space out wide. Porto playing it with a bit of fight. And then obviously Pepe gets one back, makes it 2-1, game back on. And then they were working hard, getting some crosses into the box, having chances, putting the pressure on. And then United were struggling to cope with the crosses coming into the box. Porto scored for 2-2. I thought Onana should have been better as well. I think even Diogo Costa should have been better as well. I thought both goalkeepers were poor in the game as well. Game management was all over the place by United. I think the players were just simply not concentrated and focusing. United nearly came close again. You could see that it was a competitive end-to-end game and an open game as well. And a good ball in. Casemiro had a chance. Dalot had a chance from distance wide. Rashford finds a lot of space. Or put the Porto players backed off and should have scored. Thought the first half was okay in the end. It would have been good if we would have been 2-0 up at half time as well. But, we had to regroup, go again. We had to do better, create more, take our chances, expect a reaction and response from Porto, pick up the intensity and tempo, bring more energy and intent, and obviously they'll come out of the blocks as well, Porto in the second half as well. Ten Hag makes a substitution. United on the front, tried to get on the front foot as soon as they could. And United, great ball for Porto, through on goal. United far too open, great save by Onana. Porto getting behind 3-2 to Porto, big kick in the teeth. And then we had to show the character, the fight, the team spirit. Good play by United, not the right pass by Eriksen. I think the second half was a little bit more frustrating due to, poor decision making, and the passing was not right as well, especially as well. United, needed to get on with it. Garnacho had a chance, United had a chance. Garnacho hits the side netting, and then Porto make a substitution as well. Samu had a chance. United defensively have been all over the place. United got to concentrate and focus as well. Ten Hag makes two more substitutions, and this is where he brought on Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire. And a lot of fans criticised that, but it worked though in the end. But Fernandes sliced the chance wide. United still searching for an equaliser. United were trying to make the most of it. I think it was frustrating the fact that United couldn't really find that a little bit of inspiration in that second half as well. And then Porto make 3 substitutions. Ten Hag makes 2 more substitutions, and then Fernandes gets sent off yet again, going back to us, especially when you're trying to find an equaliser. United caught out again. Porto could have finished it off as well to win the game. United having possession. Garnacho had a chance saved by Costa. United had to throw everything at it, had to go for it. United kept pushing, putting the pressure on, and then Maguire scores for 3-3. Great delivery from Eriksen. And then Porto make a substitution. It was too late then, but I thought there were some good individual performances. I had to settle for a hard-earned point, and we'll have to take the positives. Got to win the next one. Got to do better. Onwards and upwards, it is what it is, and we have to move on. Overall, in the end, disappointing not to take all 3 points. We played well for the first 20 minutes and scored 2 great goals. We should have killed the game off, but we let Porto back in the game. We went down to 10 men with 9 minutes to go. And we showed the resilience, character and fight to get a hard point. Yeah, definitely, I thought it was a chaotic performance from start to finish. Like I said before, it wasn't a consistent performance. It wasn't a strong performance from Manchester United. We were up twice, and then they came back to 2-2. And then we find ourselves 3-2 down, and then we're having to show that belief in us that we can actually go on and draw this game. But we obviously had to really show that resilience. Also was going to that character and that fight and that team spirit. But obviously it also did not help with 9 minutes to go that Bruno Fernandes Fernandes and yet again got sent off. So that was also even more difficult as well. That made it a lot more harder to go and score and equalise when you're down to 10 men as well. I think it's hard to go and win a game when you're at 10 men as well. You're thinking at least draw this game anyway, because we knew we had to sort of walk out of Porto and get something out of this game, even if it was a draw at the end of the day. So we had to settle for a draw, and it was a hard-earned point. I think it's a good point, a tough place to go. Not easy to go to Porto and maybe get a point. I don't think many teams could go away from home and get a point or 3 points at Porto as well. We played some of our best and worst stuff in this game. At times it was a bit of a mess. We should have been better ourselves. Didn't do enough in the end to win this game, but at the end of the day we showed that belief in us that we could go and draw this game. Obviously we had to settle for a point. Obviously a point's not what you're after. Obviously you want to win the game, especially when the manager's under pressure as well. I think in the circumstances we had to settle for a point. We should have killed the game off at 2-0. Should have been a different game, but should never have let them back in the game. We should never have threw that lead away, but that's due to not being concentrated and focusing. Game management all over the place, and defending was abysmal. I think that's what we need to sort out for the next one. In terms of the game from 2-0 up, how did that one slip away the way it did? Needed to be a lot more solid and secure. There's far too many gaps, far too much space open for them to run into in the midfield. I thought the midfield was far too open as well. I thought the defending was all over the place in this game. I couldn't deal with the crosses coming into the box as well, but I thought Porto were having a lot of joy down that right hand side channel of theirs on our left side as well, and Dalot should have done miles better defensively as well. Poor out possession as well. I thought Onana should have been better as well for the goals that we conceded. I thought the third goal couldn't really do much about it. I think all 3 goals were avoidable, should never have happened. Onana should have done better for the first 2. Collectively we should have done better. As a unit, defensively we should have done better. We know that we're better than that defensively. We know we are. It's not good enough the way how we let it slip. We can't let that happen again in future games. This is a big week for Erik ten Hag. He's under scrutiny and under pressure to keep his job. He decided to make a substitution at half-time and took off Rashford after performing well for the first 45, and he got replaced by Garnacho. Was that necessary? No, I don't think it was. He came out saying that it was for freshness due to the fact that we had another game on Sunday. You can't be doing that Ten Hag in a game where you need your best players to be out there as long as you can. Rashford was one of our best performing players out there, and you took him off for Garnacho. Nearly backfired on us as well. Garnacho is very direct, got a lot of pace and beat his man, but he's took off one of the best performing players in the first half, and you're thinking, what on earth are you doing? Need to win this game as well. You're under pressure. The board are going to be judging you in the international break as well. This was a must-win game, and you're taking your best player off that maybe should have been playing at least 65 minutes. No, I don't think it was necessary. Rashford had a brilliant performance out there for the first 45 as well, because it was causing Porto a lot of problems. It was direct, twisting in and out as well, cutting back inside as well. It was a real handful, Rashford. It was nice to see him play with a lot of confidence on his side as well. Not good enough. Ten Hag should never have made that decision. That's poor decision making on his behalf. Come on, freshness. You can look for freshness in the last sort of 25 minutes of the game. To pull him off like that, especially when it's 2-2, and then we end up conceding a goal like literally, 4 minutes later, through not concentrated and focusing the way how Rashford performed. I think he got an assist as well. He assisted Rasmus Højlund. Pull off your best player in that first half is bizarre. Crazy decision as well. Bruno Fernandes has been sent off in back-to-back games now. It looked like his foot is high, but he didn't even touch the ball. Was it the right decision to send him off? No, I think the referee's had a stinker. Not the right decision there from the referee. Obviously, yes, his foot is high, but I don't think he's touched the ball. I think it's one of them where his foot's high, it is high. Obviously, the player probably wins the ball, and then he's overreacted as if Bruno Fernandes has touched it. Looks bad on replay, and it's no slowing it down. I think at the same time, play it in real time, player's gone down like as if he's hurting when Bruno Fernandes hasn't really touched the ball. I think it's not the right decision to send him off. I think it was bizarre. Not even a sending off as well. I think it's also part of frustration as well, how we've been playing of late as well. United successfully won the appeal after a wrongful dismissal against Tottenham. I don't think he's going to be available for the next one against Fenerbahçe. I think the referee and the officials and on VAR, they've had a stinker here, and that could have easily been overruled as well. They've not got this one right. It looks hard. I don't even think he's even touched the play. I think it should have been the other way. Our player should have been booked for a yellow card for that as well. For 2 reasons, one for overreacting and 2 for a dive as well. He was my man of the match. To be honest, I thought there were some players, a couple of players that had a good game. I thought Onana should have been better, poor in goal in between the sticks. I thought Maguire did okay. Delict, Martinez were poor. Dalot was poor as well. I thought Casemiro and Eriksen got involved. in the 2 goals. Casemiro could have done better as well. I think Diallo was okay, Fernandes was okay, Rashford was brilliant, Højlund back with a bang as well. I think it's got to be that one man Marcus Rashford. I thought he had a great game for the first 45 minutes. I think it's got to be Marcus Rashford. I think if he would have stayed on the pitch for a bit longer, I think he maybe could have got a goal, another goal or another assist as well, that could have maybe won us the game. And we could have maybe pushed on and maybe gone and won that game, maybe even 4-2 if we got it right structurally and tactically as well. How do we beat Fenerbahçe now? Obviously we've got Fenerbahçe now in our next game on Thursday night. Look, this is going to be a big game for both teams. I think it's a must-win for Manchester United. We have to win this game now because we've only got 2 points out of 6. And so do Fenerbahçe. Well, Fenerbahçe have got 3 points out of 6 as well. So I think Fenerbahçe will be looking to bounce back as well after their defeat, after their draw on the weekend. So I think Fenerbahçe will be looking to bounce back in 2 ways, because they want to get back to winning ways after drawing on the weekend, and also they want to get back to winning ways after also drawing in the Europa League as well. So no, this is always going to be a tough game against Fenerbahçe for a couple of reasons, because it's going to be a hostile environment and it's going to be a hostile atmosphere in Turkey as well. It's going to be a tough place to go to as well. I think both teams are desperate for a win and need to win this game as well. Obviously, we can't be sharing the points here. We can't be drawing, we can't be losing. We've got to win this game. It's a must-win for Manchester United. But obviously, we're going against Jose Mourinho, and he'll want to get his own back as well and his old team as well. So this is one game where you go, look, we have to mentally we mentally got to go in the right mindset, the right mentality. We've got to prepare well right for this game. We've got to physically give them a good game. I think it's going to be competitive. It's going to be end to end. I think it's going to be an open game, but we need to structurally and tactically get it right in this game against Fenerbahçe. I think it's never easy to go to Turkey and win. I don't remember the last time when United went to Turkey and won, so we have to get it right this time against Fenerbahçe. This is a must-win for Manchester United on Thursday night, so we're desperate for a win. We've got to win this game. We need to find a way to win against this Fenerbahçe team. I think Mourinho's a top world-class manager. He's got some fantastic quality of players on the pitch there as well to deal with. He's also got some ex-Premier League players there, so they're going to know some of the players that they're going up against as well. So I think it's not going to be an easy game against Fenerbahçe. They're a good team, only lost once this season, so yeah, I think we're in for a tough game. I think we're in for a difficult game, a tough place to go, hostile environment and hostile atmosphere. So I think this is all down to, we have to be able to control, dominate this game as the best as we can. I think we need to stay patient and try and get a goal as early as we can do as well. And we have to try and be able to do better ourselves and put our wrongs right from what we did against Porto, going into this one against Fenerbahçe as well. So I think Erik ten Hag will want to see a strong performance from his players, and he'll also want to get back onto winning ways as well. He'll want to win his first Europa League game as well, Ten Hag. So yeah, I think it's a big game for both teams. A lot's at stake here. We have to be ready for this one. We're going to be without Bruno Fernandes for this one as well, so even tougher as well. So that's going to test us without Bruno Fernandes as well, without our captain. So we have to be on it from minute 1 to minute 90. We've got to play. We've got to perform well for a full 90 minutes. We've got to play well. And not an easy fixture, but we have to be ready for it. And we have to give it 110% in this one. And we have to be ready what's going to come our way. But yeah, Jose Mourinho's style of play is actually modern. It's his own intervention. Previously, defensive play used to be a 4-5-1, but Jose uses a 4-2-3-1, an attacking formation to park the bus. And he doesn't use defensive players in offensive positions. He just sets up to frustrate the opponent and kill them on the counter. Fenerbahçe's style of play keeps the passing distances close. Usually the team drops back both midfielders close to their centre-backs, so that the passing distances are short and the defenders can make easy passes around the back even when facing pressure. But they've got a few ex-Premier League players. They've got 3 injuries to deal with. But I think they could be. I think they could be there for the taking as well. I think they'll make mistakes. They'll try to find some confidence, momentum. I think they've got their defensive frailties. I think they're well coached, well drilled. I think they'll make mistakes in and out of possession. I think Jose Mourinho will want to try and keep this tight and tactical, keep it tight and compact as well. They want to come on the front foot, bring the energy, high intensity, high tempo, be brave, take risk, make runs in from behind, get in between lines, cause the opposition problems, play with intent, high line, play with width. Wide players will like to cut back inside. I think they're very clever, intelligent, skillful, technical side as well. They'll create the chances, they'll take the chances, they'll be clinical. I think they'll be physical, aggressive, ruthless, relentless, want to sustain their attacks. They'll look to be strong. I think they'll leave holes, and I think they'll leave spaces open as well. And we've got to try and exploit and expose that. But they'll want to try and control the game, and they'll be dangerous on set pieces. But United have got to defend properly. Defensively, we need to be organised. We need to keep it tight and compact. Defensively, frustrate them. We need to be ruthless, relentless, aggressive, high intensity, high tempo. Play with energy, create the chances. Take your chances. You need to be clinical. Get the crosses into the box. Drag them out of position. Be brave. Take risks. Set pieces could come into play. You need to play with width. Get between the lines. Got to close them down. Don't let them back in the game. Don't leave any spaces open. They'll show incredible team spirit, character, and fight. Got to do the basics right. Game management, decision making is going to be vital. Got to get tight. Don't let them get a shot off. Sustain your attacks. Do your basics when your 50-50s, when your second balls, when your duels. Put them on the back foot. Keep possession. Fullbacks have got to be effective. Force them to make mistakes. Put them under pressure. Don't let the wingers cut back inside. Don't let forwards make mistakes. Make the runs in from behind. Don't get pulled out of position. Be explosive. Keep Kostic, Yaz Malaski, Jacko, Tadic, and Nasiri under Tosun, Yedin and St. Maximin quiet. Getting to the goals now. First goal, Maguire passed the ball to Casemiro. Casemiro passed the ball to Ericsson. Ericsson passed the ball to Rashford. Rashford goes on a super run, goes through 2 players, finds some space, cuts back inside and scores at the keeper's near post for 1-0. Second goal, Arenado goes long. Porto player heads it to Ericsson. Ericsson runs, finds Rashford out wide. Rashford puts a great through ball to Højlund, and Højlund scores at the keeper's near post for 2-0. Third goal, Ericsson puts a fantastic corner in, finds Maguire, and Maguire heads it in for 3-3. Against the stats, now possession for Porto it was 47%, and for Man United it was 53%. Goals for Porto it was 3, and for Man United it was 3. Total shots for Porto it was 40. Man United it was 29. Shots on target for Porto it was 7. For Man United it was 8. Shot accuracy for Porto it was 50%, and for Man United it was 28%. Shots inside the box for Porto it was 12. For Man United it was 16. Shots outside the box for Porto it was 2. For Man United it was 30. Total passes for Porto it was 422 passes. For Man United it was 488 passes. Pass accuracy for Porto it was 84%. For Man United it was 89%. Getting to the substitutions now, Rashford went off for Garnacho. Talk about Marcus' performance. Created his goal all by himself and then created a goal. The returning Rasmus Højlund went off at half-time, presumably through injury. Højlund went off for Xerxes. Talk about Rasmus' performance. Scored on his first start of the season and celebrated with physio. David oversaw his recovery, had little to go off after Porto made it 2-1. Diallo went off for Anthony. Talk about Ahmad's performance, made a dynamic start and his infield runs flummoxed Porto but went quiet after the host scored and struggled to get back into the game. Martinez went off for Maguire. Talk about Lisandro's performance. Caught off guard when Pepe made it 2-1 and Martinez was vulnerable to aerial hooks from kickoff, outpaced by Pepe, substituted at the same time as Delict. Delict went off for Evans. Talk about Mateus' performance. Days after his positioning was dissected by Jamie Carragher. Delict was all over the place for Porto's opening goal, come off in the 78th minute. Next up we've got Fenerbahçe 13th in the league phase. Look, this is going to be a big game. It's a must win for Manchester United. We have to win this game. It's going to be a tough place to go. It's going to be a hostile environment. It's going to be a hostile atmosphere in Turkey especially as well. This is 2 teams desperate for a win that have got to win this game as well. Both teams need to win. It's a must win for Manchester United. Need to structurally and tactically get it right. Obviously Mourinho's going up against his old team, so he want to get his own back as as well, on his own team especially as well. Both managers will want to win this game. Another tough place to go. We need to win this game. We're desperate for a win here. We can't draw. We can't lose this. I think it's going to be tight and tactical. It's going to be competitive. It's going to be end-to-end. It's going to be an open game. Tactically, it's going to be important that we get it right ourselves. We need to structurally get it right in the first 45 minutes. I think this is all going to be down to want to control, dominate this game. Game management's going to be important. We've got to defend well as a team. We've got to be organised, defend properly, keep it tight and compact, defensively frustrating. We need to stick to our principles and our game plan here, stick to our rules. We've got to found our foundation here against Fenerbahçe as well. I think first goal's going to be crucial in a game like this. We have to be able to go into this game, have a good start on the front foot, cause them problems, stay patient, you will get your chances. It's all about got to take our chances, be clinical in front of goal. It's going to be one of those games where you're saying, look, we've done everything in our power now to prepare you the right way. It's going to be a physical game against them. It's going to be a physical battle. 3 points are up for grabs here on Thursday night. We have to get those 3 points without a doubt. It needs to be a big win for Manchester United. We've got to find a way to win, especially if we don't play well in a game like this as well against Fenerbahçe. Big game, a lot's at stake. Fenerbahçe want to win this, they're at home. United are coming away from home. We need a professional, disciplined, strong performance from Manchester United. Mentally got to go with the right mindset, right mentality as well. It's going to be a physical game. I think it's going to take a lot out of us as well. This is a big game. This is a game where you've got to do the basics right. You've got to win your 50-50s. You've got to win your second rules, win your duels, win your 1v1s as well. You have to be able to win the midfield battle against Fenerbahçe as well. No disrespect to Jose Mourinho, but thinking this is just another game. Don't worry about who the opponent is. We might be going up against a former player in Fred. Let's give them the respect, but then it's all about doing a job out there that we've got to do on Thursday night as well. It's all about focus on our game, just stick to our rules and principles in this game. We know we can hurt them, we know we can cause them problems, we know we can put the right balls in the right channels as well. Play with width as well, cut back inside. We know we can hurt them, and we know we can penetrate and exploit and expose their weaknesses in this game. The spaces will be there, and that's what we've got to do in this game against Fenerbahçe as well. But we've got to play with courage, intent, conviction, purpose, and we've got to turn up to this game. We've got to show the fight, the passion, the pride, play for the badge, play for the club, show the team spirit, character, determination, commitment, desire, willingness, work rate, and work ethic as well. Fenerbahçe are 4th in the Super League as well. Fenerbahçe have lost 1 game this season. This was in the Super League against Galatasaray. The player to look out for is Ikovic, Akadin, Soyuncu, Aziz, Didic, Mulder, Merkin, Burko, Yandis, Fred, Kavic, Kastic, Amrabat, Zemansky, Jacko, Tadic, and Nasiri under Tosu, Adin, and St. Maximin. Hope you guys are enjoying the video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in a video in the next couple of days. And peace.